Rolling with the triple C, I'ma make him bend the knee. Rolling with the triple C, don't really count the heat.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Bet Like a Goat. I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C. And I tell you what, guys, UFC 291 is right around the corner. I'm going to be breaking down this whole card from top to bottom. This main card is absolutely fire, but let's start off with the main event. Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier. Guys, this is I actually had a chance to see this fight live. The first time I saw it was actually in Phoenix. Justin was the main event, and Justin did have him hurt at that time, but he kind of threw too much power, and that's all she wrote. Or is it that Dustin had his success? It was with the pressure. It was with the pressure and the heavy left, right hands, like you know what I'm saying? That's where he found success. It's look at Dustin's composure too as he's throwing. Like, he's not panicked, like he's not over moving. He's right in your face. Dustin Poirier did a really good job of just being in his face and then bringing the fight to him with heavy power and heavy hands. Justin Gaethje has gotten a lot better, but you know what? So has Dustin. Who is it that's actually going to bring the best game plan is more likely going to win. Anyhow, guys, enough talk. Let's take it to the gym. So Justin Gaethje versus Dustin Poirier. Who is it that's going to win this fight? The guy with the most tactical game plan is more likely going to win this fight. I'd like to introduce you guys right now to Junior Cortez. He's going to be on week 1 of Dana White's Contender Series coming up. So you guys make sure to tune in. Place in your vote if you have to. Cheer him on. Make sure he gets that UFC contract. So here we go. Justin Gaethje has really got a lot better, even with that kick. And even defensive, you notice Justin Gaethje now, the way he's throwing things, he's really starting to protect himself as he's throwing that lethal kick that he has. Not just that, Justin Gaethje loves that jumping uppercut. You either go left hand or right hand. And again, now Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier has, from southpaw, his most dangerous punch here is going to be that lead right hook. And Justin Gaethje starts to get into the pocket. I tell you what, Poirier's gonna do a good job of timing him and throwing that left hook. So that's one thing where Justin Gaethje does need to be careful. But who is it that's gonna bring what? These kicks. They can both fight. Who is it gonna start chopping these legs down is more likely the person that's more likely gonna win. You got anything on that, Junior?
I'm like Poirier.
Yeah, tell me why.
Durable, he's been through. I think he's fought higher level fighters, and he's been performing pretty well.
But what about Justin Gaethje right now, being taking people down, using more of his wrestling?
If you could take Poirier down, he's been taking a lot of damage lately, man. As far as Gaethje, I would say tactical Poirier.
Okay, well, I choose to defer. I'm going with this time and new Justin Gaethje, the new BMF. So make sure to place your bet at BetOnline.ag. And now for the co-main event, Alex Pereira versus Jan Blachowicz. The Polish Power versus Potan. Immediately when I think of this fight, I'm just thinking, hey, this is the same guy who beat Israel Adesanya and actually controlled him. But then again, Alex Pereira is different. He does have more power. He is a lot more lethal with his hands than a guy like Israel Adesanya, including that calf kick. Anyhow, guys, enough talk. Let's take it to the gym. There's one thing that I do love about this matchup is the simple fact that there's been an interview saying that Jan wants to strike with this dude. And I actually believe him. I do believe that Jan's going to be in this fire with him, because if he says something, more likely sometimes you might do it. I don't know if Jan has that sneaky tactics of him kind of separating himself and actually not following the game plan or whatever it is that he says. So that being said, I'm going Alex Pereira. Why? Because of this, guys. Number one, his calf kick. He's taking out Israel Adesanya, and there's one thing that he had going for himself very well that Israel didn't have against Jan, was that lead leg kick. He starts to boom, and as soon as Jan starts to come in, he's coming in with that heavy hook. So eventually get that knockout. I think at 200,
at light heavyweight, Alex Pereira might be a bigger threat because now he's feeling good. Now he's been able to go up, a whole nother division where he doesn't have to cut those 10 to 15 pounds extra. So in my eyes, I think he's feeling good. He's looking good. So for that reason, just based on this calf kick and based on that left hook, especially if Jan wants to fight him, I'm going Alex Pereira. Junior?
I'm riding with you, Alex Pereira, just because of his training partner. Former lightweight champ, Over. They bang. I've seen their training videos. They go after it. So I'm riding with Alex Pereira.
But let me ask you. I know we're both going for Pereira, but will Jan Blachowicz bring in that wrestling aspect? Will he tactically be able to make that transition in order for him to actually win that fight? Or can he?
If he can, that'll be the only way he would win, for sure. That's the only way I see him winning.
Yeah, so there you have it, double or nothing. You guys make sure, Alex Pereira, you guys make sure to place your bets at BetOnline.ag. But if you really want to get that bank for your money, you know what? I'm going to go with Alex Pereira by knockout. I can see him chewing that lead leg of the Polish Power. And next you know it, that beautiful left hook is coming. He's going to touch up that chin, and we're going to see the Polish Power go down, and we're going to have a new contender at the light heavyweight division by Alex Pereira. So that's right, I said it, Alex Pereira by knockout. Make sure to place your bets at betonline.ag.
And now, guys, for the heavy hitters, the co-main event, because this card is freaking fire from top to bottom. That's right, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Michel Pereira. Initially, when I think of this shot, this fight actually kind of confuses me a little bit, because you have a guy who really understands distance, who comes from a good discipline, and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson against a guy who, who is kind of like the Matrix, with Michel Pereira. Sometimes the only thing that I can complain about him is sometimes he does unnecessary movements that could potentially get him in trouble. How is it that he's actually going to match up against a guy whose base is mixed martial arts, who understands distance? Can this man time this man's movement to be able to come? Because at the end of the day, Alex Pereira, he's a risk taker, and I think that's what makes him dangerous. Who is it? Who's got it? Guys, I'm a bit confused, but if I had, I'm flipping a coin. I'm flipping a coin on this. But if I had to pick somebody to win, I'm going to go with Pereira. I think more likely he's probably going to shoot in, and he's probably going to try to take Wonderboy down as soon as he starts getting tagged. So I'm going to go with, that's right, Michel Pereira. And for the quick hitters, Bobby Green versus Tony Ferguson. Guys, there's been something. Tony Ferguson is not the same Tony Ferguson that we knew 4 to 5 years ago. If they were to fight, I'd say Tony all day. But I just feel like Tony has just slowed down. Like, I'm not sure if he's, I'm sure him going to Albuquerque has helped him. But how is it that his training and the stuff that's happened to him in the past, if he really still has some of that wrestling? Because if it comes down to striking, Bobby Green has a better striking game. And guess what, too? Bobby Green's takedown defense ain't bad either. So for that reason, I'm going Bobby Green. And to start off the main card, Kevin Holland versus Michael Chiesa. Guys, everything comes down to tactics. If Michael Chiesa does not take this dude down, which I think more likely looking to do, then he's in trouble. But for that reason, I think he's smart enough. Michael Chiesa, I like Kevin Holland. I like the entertainment. But is he well-rounded? Does he have good takedown defense? Is he going to be able to get up to his feet? Because at this point, when you start getting up to this level, does jiu-jitsu really work when they all know it? And especially when you're throwing elbows, knees, fists into somebody's body. So that being said, I'm going with Michael Chiesa. So that is your breakdown, UFC 291. You guys make sure to place your bets. That's right, at betonline.ag. I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C, and I just told you the truth and nothing but the damn truth. Thank you guys for watching Bet Like a Goat, and make sure to place those bets at betonline.ag. I'm out!